obviously ran a lot of ball plays, and that was good. I'm anxious to watch the tape, and I think at this point in camp we're finding guys that are showing us some good things, and we got to see if they can do it consistently. And so I'm looking forward to watching this tape and come back tomorrow. We got 4 days kind of left of camp. We got to start with tomorrow and have a great finish to this camp.
You've been asked a lot about the quarterbacks, but on offense, the guys around them, the linemen, receivers, are they doing enough consistently, cleanly, in your eyes, or not?
I think there's some areas where we're working at it. You know, and we're making positive strides.
Okay.
I think that you know, we see a lot of looks, different looks, and I think they're handling it, which I'd say last year with those same guys, talking about some of the younger guys. That was confusing. They're understanding it better, and you've been at every practice. The execution's not where we want it to be yet, so we still got work to do. But I think we're making some strides. Certainly, I'm not discouraged with them, but don't feel like we've come close to arriving.
The offensive line today, I mean, you looked at different centers. You had Bo out there, right tackle, for at least the first time that we've seen. Was that because of injuries a little bit, or are you just still mixing and matching?
Get ready for the season.
Paul, from what you've seen of Leonard Fournette on film, what stands out most, and how do you approach trying to slow a guy like him down in the opener?
Keep having a good camp. You know, he's a heck of a player. Great player, and we've faced some good players, and our players have faced him. But he's a exceptional running back, and you know, anytime you face a running back like that, you've got to have great pursuit to the ball. You know, it's going to take more than one guy. You have to play disciplined defense because you don't want to give him anything. But he's a heck of a back.
You've talked about wide receivers that no one's really taken the lead out of that group yet, but Rushing and Taylor today, did they catch your eye a little bit? They did.
Yeah, I think they've done some. You know, those are two guys that have grinded all the way through camp, and I think are feeling more comfortable with what they're doing. Both have ability, okay. And I've been impressed with AJ. How it seems like the playbook is slowing down for him, and also you're going against the two corners.
With that offensive line and moving players around, how do you balance, you know, seeing what guys can do at different positions, but then also allowing them to get comfortable at one position and start to build some continuity there?
You want to have as much continuity as possible, and we also want to practice. So that's what you balance.
Do you consider your safety position settled or unsettled, or where is it?
I think it's still to be determined. So not unsettling, and I think we know guys. I'd like to, you know, Moose has done a nice job. Dakota, it's been good to get him back, and admittedly he just wants more reps, and that's Dakota's personality. But to feel comfortable. Part of today is for a guy like Arrington Farrar and the two young safeties to see what they're doing, and thought all three flashed. That's why I'm excited to see the film. But I don't think it's set yet by any means, and I think we've got the younger guys. If they keep pushing, I think we can create a little bit of competition, which helps the whole group.
What have you seen from the two young safeties, 22 and 26 so far in camp, when you've used them?
I think just this week you're starting to see him be able to play, where last week you could see him justifiably so that hesitation, and I think our calls are making a little bit more sense to what the offense is giving them, and yet they're still young, and there's mistakes that need to be corrected, but they're not making the repeated mistake, and that part's been encouraging.
With TJ Edwards out of the boot now, do you have any more of an idea if he'll be ready for week 1 or not?
No, just got out of the boot, and so we got to see how the next phase treats him.
How much has he been pushing from a film room standpoint, TJ, just to kind of make sure that when he's ready to go that he's still as mentally sharp as he was at the end of spring?
He's been working. That's who he is. That's why he's in camp. We knew that there'd be a chance he'd miss most, if not all, of camp. and yet wanted him from day one. And he does a great job with that, I think. And so you appreciate it, but he's got to make sure, he's just out of the boot, and he's into another phase here.
Do you have complete confidence in your kicker right now, Gaglione, just the way he's striking the ball?
Thought he's had a good, yeah, nicely done, Jeff. Brazil's in the finals, I think, in soccer. That's big for Huff. And they're working through, one thing I think that they've been doing a good job of working through is, with Drew being gone and a new holder. And that group like to give them a hard time, but they do work. And I think that's what Hoff should be doing right now. That whole group, and he's played a lot of football. He understands the importance of it. All kicks, maybe not just necessarily the game winner, but that one in the second quarter that you look back and say that was a game winner as well. So I think he has the right approach, which it's been fun to see and be around, and he's been working at it, which is also good. But he should. He doesn't do anything but kick, so it's good for him to work.